Welcome to Mad Mick Outdoor Activities. Just look at that. Okay, you want to guess the location? This was plan B. Plan A had a road closed, I couldn't get through to it. Go be fishing the big rods and the lure rod. Targets are hopefully wrasse, bullus, conger, pollock, and I wouldn't mind a dogfish if it saves the blank. Right, filming off two cameras here. I don't know if you can see it in this one. Let's see if this one works. That's the GoPro. So we've just got on the rocks. First couple of things I want to point out is these rocks, when they're wet, are horrible. Need studded boots. But also I'm on my own. Now it's not people kind of frowned upon it going on your own on rock marks and cliffs, but I've been, without sounding big-headed, been on rocks and cliffs all my life, so for me it's normal. But the thing what I don't like is sandy beaches where the water fills in behind you. Put me on a rock ledge, no bother, ideal all day long. So there's a few things you need to take in consideration when you're fishing off rocks and stuff. You can't just go from fishing off piers onto rocks on your own and stuff like that. There's a few, like, say rules really, more than anything else. You want to tell someone, basically you want to be going with someone who's fished them before. If you haven't fished with them before, try and get someone who's been on the rocks before, where it doesn't matter where you're going, off cliffs, anywhere, you just need to be safe. So I'll tell you what I've done. There's two of my pals who I fished with up here in the past. Well, one of them's been here without me and knows where I'm at. Yeah, he knows where I'm at, which is good. The other one I've just been talking to on the phone further up the road, and I tell him plan B, which is here now. And I've showed the wife, so your partners or anybody, I've showed them that where I'm going on my OS map. And I've phoned her up and tell her, look, I can't go down there where I was going because the road was closed. I've had to come somewhere else, which is my plan B. She's fine with that. She says your safe's different, and what she thinks is safe to my safe are completely different things. Just take my word for it. But there's a few things you need to take into consideration really. Yes, I've fished these marks for years now. Fish rocks for years. I know when they come off. I know basically the things I need to know on my own for fishing on rocks. But if you've never fished on rocks before, know your tides, know what your weather's going to be like. As you can see, you've got clear blue skies, but nothing for Scotland. Can come in rain and no problem at all. And that's where your studs on your boots come in handy. So I've told 3 people where I'm going tonight to be safe. The other thing is an OS map. Get yourself an OS map when you come on marks like these. You can write down on them and stuff like that. My OS map, it's full of writing from over the years. Footwear. Cracking footwear is what you want. Loads of grip. I've slipped over on these years and years ago. When I was about 17, 18, I landed on my back and it hurt like. I've fished in them in the rain, I've been hit by waves over us and all sorts. You name it, it's happened to us on the rocks apart from broken bone. So I've tell people where I'm going, showed the one who doesn't know, which is basically next to King, how will ask, showed her on my OS map where I'm at, and what I'll do when I come off this, I'll send her a WhatsApp live location. So if anything does happen to us, I don't arrive home back when I'm going to be home, she can phone whoever she needs to phone and say, there's his last location, can you help us out? And stuff like that. But yeah, so basically just think about where you're going fishing. If I just pick this one up first and have a look about, as you can see, there's rock everywhere, all over. At the minute, the tripod's there, so what I'll be doing is, you want somewhere flat to cast, so it's flattish. I'll be casting from around this area here, where the rods are, roughly. And I want the rods in front of us. I don't want the rods behind us when I'm casting, so I want them in front of us. But you want them somewhere so they're sturdy and safe, so they don't fall in the water. I'm about 25-30 foot up. It's low water now, I'm going to be fishing the full flood. But look at that. That's lovely, isn't it? So yeah, as you can see, the rod is literally stuck in there. The rod rest is stuck. It's solid. Moves that way a touch, but that's it. One bit out that way, one out that way, little rod in here for a wrasse. So yeah, that's basically it. And look at, hopefully you'll see some action on that with any luck. So that's enough for me rambling on. So we'll get set up and get chucked out and see if we can catch a conger, a wrasse, a bullos, a pollock, anything, even a doggy will do, just so I don't blank. So that's the plan. Next time we'll come back, we'll be fishing. Right, just got to make squid and worm wrap, so I want half a squid or thereabouts. Well, say a worm wrap, these are knackered, these, just all bits, well, just in the packets for dabs, just splits I've had. So what I'll do, put them on the needle, or thereabouts anyway, say like that, they're all stuck together. Get this, push that through there. Obviously everyone knows how you put worm on that, but some people don't, eh? So basically what I'm trying to show here is making, like, think of making a rollie. There's your backy, the squid is your skin. So what you want to do, I use a needle, just stick a needle through, just to help my hands really, more than anything. So then get a bit of elastic, hold it in that back finger, in there, and just wrap it up. Nice and loosely at first. So loose all the way around. Then I start to tighten it up once it's all thingy. But the reason I use that needle, it's an 8-inch needle off me grip wires. Simple reason is, watch this. Hold that there. You don't have to touch the bait. Perfect. And get me hook through there, and move that one out the way so I don't spike myself. So then I just hold that up there, just wrap it on again. Keeps the bait nice and straight. I know you've seen us in videos doing that, but some people might not have seen them videos of the European Beach Championships. Not worth watching, like, but it's a bit of good crack. There's a nice whitey on one of them by Matt. He had a cracking whitey. I think it weighed £2.1 at the weigh in. And a few round just to tighten it up. Snap that off, and then see the needle. Pull the needle out. Nice straight bait, no messing around. Pull that down to hold it in place. Push it through. Job's a good one. We'll get this out in the water. Welcome back. Well, that's both rods in the water now. Both are plain leads on pulley rigs with rocky bottoms, 15-pound weak link. Your rocky bottom is basically a U-shaped bit of copper. Simple, straightforward. You've seen us build the rigs in the videos. If you haven't, have a look through. Look at that, it's fantastic, that. Don't know if you can see that in the distance. But that, people, is island. As in island. And if we swing round a bit more, that there, zoom out, is the Isle of Man in the distance. Lovely, yeah? So yeah, hopefully we'll start coming on darkness. Go get the little rod set up and have a few flicks with that on as the tides start to turn now. Start to come up the rock a bit. Look at that. Lovely. If you get a good fish on, I can go down there. Down them rocks there, onto that ledge. Right there. And pull it up. No problem whatsoever. So hopefully we'll get something. I found a bit of a nice flattish rock to cast out. Say flat. That little bit there. Perfect. So that one's got water in. The last thing you want to do is stand in puddles and get your feet wet, because these rocks are not forgiving. Trust me, I've been there, felt the pain. So right, I'm going to get the little rod out and have a few flicks. Hopefully I can get a wrasse or a pollock. We'll see. That's just slightly bent over, that one. Must be the tide really. Starting to pull, it's being a snag and pushing up to the right. Look what it's got out. It's wedged underneath a rock. 2-ounce bomb with a 1/0 circle on the bottom and squid. Just in them bits down there. See if I can get a little wrasse or whatever out. In the past I've just used no weights on the bigger rod, on the little rod, just flicked like a mackerel bait out or something and just let go in the tide. I've had dogfish and wrasse and stuff like that, so yeah, it's worth doing. Yeah, but look at that for a sunset. Fantastic. Well, I think we'll go get some fish tonight. I can feel it in my waters. Can feel it. So yeah, I thought I'd just bring you back. Just had a bite on the triple X, which is the rod closest to me. I missed it. I felt the bush and I missed it. Hit into it and missed and came back in. So what I've done is I've just lobbed it back out. So it looks like it's going to be a productive night, hopefully. Touch wood. Touch the old band pot. So yeah, I'd just like to say thanks to everybody who's watching the videos. Probably I wouldn't be up here tonight if it wasn't for you watching these. I'm probably just in the house playing the Xbox, watching YouTube, but instead I'm out making videos. Well, trying to. Still learning. It's totally free to subscribe if you want to just hit that subscribe button. Really means a lot. I mean, the channel's absolutely taken off lately. Like since Christmas, New Year was the first video. I think New Year I had about 30 odd subscribers, so I'm over 300 now, which is fantastic. Massive thank you to every one of yous. And if you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, please do. You'll get like a notification when I'm get subscribed. What I'll do if I get to 500 subscribers, I'll do a live, a fishing live for the first time. I'll be probably at Silver Prom or somewhere like that for the flounders. Hopefully it's sooner rather than later. So the sooner I get to 500 subs, the first time I'll be going live, see how we get on. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, to be honest. Like I say, if I wasn't doing this, I'll be just probably sat in the house playing Xbox tonight. But no, I've had a drive up and thought I'd see if I can get some early fish in. It's only 2nd of April today. Plenty more to come from the channel, obviously. There's all this type of stuff. All the summer species of fish. The only thing I couldn't get today was some mackerel. Could have really done some mackerel or bluey or herring. Today I've just got the old squid and stuff like that. But to be honest, squid is my favourite bait out of everything, because you can fish with squid and you can catch anything. Everything is squid, as most of you know. I've even brought the cart up because I need that used. I need to use that up, get out the freezer. So it's like I say, a bit of the safety aspect is get aware your surroundings. I could turn up here in the dark and I'd be alright, because I've fished it many times in the past. It's just common sense, really, more than anything. I mean, if it doesn't look safe, don't go down it, or put a rope in, or go with someone who has been down there. Ask questions. All you got to do is open your mouth and words fall out. There's plenty of things about now. There's fishing forums, there's Facebook pages and social media, everything. There's magazines, well, all magazines are always there, but now these places, like what once used to be gold dust about knowing, they're there straight away. Click of a few buttons and you found your marks where you're at. YouTube, you know, there's all sorts. Like, do a bit of research before you come to places like these. Yeah, I'm high up on the ledge, but if it was rain, it'd be a completely different story. I'd be on the beach, because these rocks, when they're wet, are absolutely horrible. Like I say, I fell over on them once at like Isle of Wight on end. They're like pinnacles right the way out. They're horrible. I had trainers on. I think I was 17, 18. I fell over, scratched all my back and everything. Like, but you just gotta take your time, watch what you're doing, get used to not casting off something flat. So if you're fishing a promenade or somewhere and it's got a little step, try put your foot on the step so you're off balance a bit, just so you get used to fishing like these places. I mean, look at that. We'll just put the light on. Oh, you know what I mean? It's not exactly flat, it's all ruggedy and stuff. I've just cast out from over there. Do you know what I mean? You just got to get used to fishing on uneven ground if you haven't fished it. I know there's plenty of people who are used to it and stuff like that and be clicking fast forward and stuff right through now, but there's them people who haven't, who are beginners. Everyone was a beginner at one point. Some of us are luckier than others to be being able to fish rock marks as kids, and like 15-foot swells and stuff like that as like teenagers and growing up. You know, it's a 10-15 foot swell to, like, for me for instance, is perfect, normal. But if you take someone from where they're not used to that swell, fishing them type of conditions, then it's an absolute nightmare for them. It's just what people are used to. It's like, I hate fishing sandy beaches, like as in sandy beaches on the Solway, because you got that water coming around the back of you. Give me some rock ledges and outcrops on rocks and low water. I'm sound, I'm sweet. Put me on a sandy beach where that water can run in behind you, and I'm a nightmare. Heart rate's 20 to the dozen. Really, but on the rocks, if the water can come around the back of us on the rocks, I'm alright because I can watch it. You know, but you can take someone who's not used to fishing on sand, you're not used to fishing on rocks, take them off the sandy beaches, put them on some rock marks for low water, like in Northumberland for instance, and completely it's the same way around. It's absolutely crazy. You just got to be careful on what you're doing when you're fishing. Last thing anyone wants to do at the end of the day is get hurt. I've seen my pal Sean, not far from here, slip and roll about 5-10 metres,
down the cliff. Lucky enough, he stopped before the end. And I've seen another, I think it was Sean again, we'll try to go down somewhere, and he slipped and fell. Maybe he's 10 foot. Grazed his arm and his hand and stuff like that, so he came back up, and the next time I went there with ropes. I've got some pictures. I'll put the pictures on at the end of where that mark there, of how we pin the cliffs up with ropes and stuff. A few pictures of that. I'll stick them on at the end. But yeah, you've just got to think about what you're doing, and just be safe. That's it, innit? There's no point taking risks over a daft fish. It's a hobby. It's a sport. So yeah, if them people who's fast forwarded a few seconds, I'm sorry, I've been whittling on, but there's a lot of people out there who watch YouTube, learn from YouTube about the fishing, and they don't get to fish places like these, and they'll think, oh, I love to go and fish there. I love to go and fish them. I love to go and fish on some rocks in that deep water. But it's when they turn up to these rock marks in deep water. I mean, I've had a trek. Look at that for a trek. Right the way all over them. And it's not flat, it's up and down and everything else. But yeah, this is like one of the easier marks. Get right round the front end and you're talking sheer drops. But yeah, it's just take your time, watch what you're doing, let someone know where you're going, get an ordnance survey map. They are absolutely well worth the money. I don't know how much they are now. I think they're about £10 when I bought one. I have a couple. I have one for the Yorkshire coast. Obviously, we've been from County Durham. I used to fish the Yorkshire cliffs a lot. And I have one for this part of Scotland I'm at. But it's just put a bit of planning into it. I mean, I haven't really planned this, but like I say, I had a plan A and a plan B, and I had a plan C if this was no go. All in my head coming up. I drove past one of my marks where I normally go fishing for bullus and thought, do I go there? That's my plan C. It's an hour's drive back home from here. It's halfway back. But it was coming up to low water, and I thought that's when it fishes. So that's enough for me wobbling on. Enjoy the rest of the video, and if you're still pressing forward, now's the time to stop, because hopefully the fishing's got to pick up. Thank you all. As you all know, I have a big light which I got from B&Q for, I think it was £37 or £42 or something like that. There it is there. Sorry for blinding you, but look at the amount of light this is giving off on these rocks. It is absolutely crazy. As you can see, looking up there, I haven't got a headlight on or the phone light. Yeah, it's perfect. It lights up the rocks lovely. I can see my rod tips, but I don't think you can. Oh, there you can. Aye. As you know, I don't use lights on the rod tips for the line going over the top of them and whatnot. But there's the rod tips there. If I knock my light off, you can just pick them up just off that light or through the camera, but the camera doesn't see the light I can see, if that makes sense. I can see them rod tips perfect, and that lasts for 6 hours fully charged on the second setting, which is absolutely well enough for me. So yeah, just sitting back on a homemade rock chair, chilling out, not a soul around me for miles. Fantastic. Just cast the TTR out with another squid and carp bait. 2 more bits of carp left to get rid of. Actually, I banged the other one up. There was still a bit of carp left of that, and it had been pulled a bit, so I just blapped it all up. There's a big 606 out the bottom of that. But yeah, well, this will be the first to know if anything happens. If I don't catch no fish, what the video will be down as, you'll see on the title. It'll be rock fishing safety or something like that, for beginners. So yeah, if you hit that thumbs up, give us that like, it means a lot. Subscribe means a lot too. I see that 96% of the viewers aren't subscribers, so if you're one of them 96%, just give that subscribe button just a click. You don't have to watch the stuff if you don't want to. You just I try and put a video up a week roughly, or come into summer I'll be putting a couple up, or just depending on work and family life and stuff like that. What I want to try and do is get out, maybe just make 3 videos from one session. That'll be well worth it. Like, so like I could come up here, for instance, over here, and I could do like, oh, we got a bite on the TTR. That's a big old bait out there, mind. It's the lower rod. Come on. That is an absolute humongous bait. That was a good pull. I never heard the ratchet going though. If it's a doggy, it's a doggy. Oh, my back. Definitely something out there tonight. Very deep water. It takes about 20 to 30 seconds to hit the bottom. So right, we'll let this thing. I'll just have a quick look at this. Obviously, I'm not going to reel in. Like I say, it's an absolute humongous bait. Might have just been snatching at it, but the ratchet didn't go off or nothing. That's on the, where are we at? Let's have a look. That's on the 5, I think it's the 515, is it? 515 Pen Mag 2, I think. If you can see that. The ratchet's on, which is there, and then the drag's off. So what I want to be hearing is click, click, click. There. The other one's the braid, and needs new braid on that. So alright. I'll keep a close eye. You'll be the first to find out if we catch anything. Toodles. Well people, a bit of an update. I've brought the triple X in. It snapped off literally halfway up the line, so that's put away now. That bite you've seen us have before, the bait was absolutely smashed to smithereens. So I've put on that one there now, I've got a full squid, a full cat, just one cat stick sliced down the middle to split the cling film, and then wrapped it up so the juices flow lovely out of that for the scent trail. And then got the little rod out with the worm bait, because I got a good knock on that on the squid and took the lot. So we'll see, we'll keep plodding on. Better than sitting in the house playing Xbox. We can only try. You should be the first to know if anything happens. Well everybody, I'm back in the car. That was an absolute nightmare on the fishing side of things. 5 knocks and now come back. So, that's fishing, isn't it? I hope you've enjoyed the video. Like I say, this is more for beginners and stuff for on rocks and what looks like it's all not flat. If you know, get used to casting uncomfortably and in strange positions, because if you find a flat rock, then you're blessed. Yeah, just get used to being uncomfortably when you're casting. Hope this video helps you. Like I say, I'll stick some videos up of how we've done ropes and that before. Yeah, so got to get off now, and I'll catch us later on. Thanks for watching.